Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? I'm sure you're asking yourself why I keep filming from my bedroom. It's because I'm still not feeling good at all. You can probably tell from my voice. And I have been really like weak almost. And yeah, it hasn't been good at all. I don't know what the heck this is, but it almost like feels like my allergies are in overdrive. But like when I get up to do stuff, almost feel like I get like dizzy spells. So I don't know what's going on. And everyone in the house is sick. Yeah, it's really strange. The only one that's not getting sick is the one that's next to me. Anyway, but excuse me. So, we have a few things that we're going to be talking about, but the first thing that we're going to be talking about is we need to address what's going on in Western North Carolina. It seems like things are getting worse, and it's really starting to get under my skin. And it seems like no matter which way we turn, no matter where we look, disasters are aplenty. And there's like, it just feels like it's never ending. It doesn't stop, and there's no one is willing to like help except for us, we the people, right? There's no agency that's willing to help. There's no one that's willing to step the hell in. And it's really sad. And it really breaks my heart. And I wish I had millions and millions of dollars. And I would literally just go in there and just start building homes or relocating people and bring, you know what, just come here, just live with me. I literally would. I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? So anyway, um, I can't even put into words, okay, how horrific what is happening to the people of Western North Carolina today. I really can't. When I talked about agencies, okay, the four-letter fuckers, FEMA, they're kicking thousands of people out of the hotels that they were put in, um, and now they're in sub-zero, freezing temperatures. You know, they really are. And I'm in Tampa, and you guys know that, okay? And it's like in the 20s right now here. Like high 20s, low 30s, and it's freezing here for us. I can just imagine what it is in North Carolina, and it's like probably snowing up there. And I'm not up there, so I don't know, but I can only imagine. And from what I'm hearing, there's like massive car lines for propane, people buying buddy heaters, people in donated RVs can't even keep warm. It's total and complete panic and chaos and mayhem. And I'm thinking, and those poor people, why can't they just catch a break, man? Seriously. Why can't they just catch a frickin' break? You know, will they come down here? I mean, I know, it's easier said than done, but come down here to where it's just a little bit warmer. I mean, people come down here in RVs all the time, and Walmart lets them, stay in their parking lots. So why don't you guys just please somebody help them, please, please somebody help them. It sucks.
I hate making these videos, but what is happening in Western North Carolina today can only be described as mass panic. We have got 3,500 families that are about to get kicked out of hotels tomorrow morning, literally in the worst of the winter storms that we've gotten all year. It's going to be 14 degrees outside. I saw a line for propane a mile long at beloved Asheville yesterday. People just picking up as much propane as they could put in their cars with buddy heaters or portable heaters. I've got negative 20 degree sleeping bags and 4 propane tanks in the back of my car that I'm going to deliver to someone who said that they will run out of propane by the end of tonight. The text I got, literally word for word, is I'm running my heat 24/7 and I can barely keep it at 55 to 60 degrees in my trailer. And propane is such an expensive way to heat something like an RV. These people do not have the money to pay for all of this propane. So please, please, FEMA, you have got to extend these hotel vouchers at least past this winter storm. We literally cannot have 3,000 families without a place to go in the dead of winter. Like that absolutely cannot happen. You have got to extend them. You just got $100 billion in taxpayer money. You cannot extend hotels for 3,500. Like, you can't do that. Why are we giving you all of this money if you can't do the very bare minimum of just pushing people a little bit past this freaking winter storm? You guys can do it. Do better.
So, you guys remember who Justine Bateman is? Remember the show Family Ties with Michael J. Fox? Okay. She was on that show. She played Mallory. Remember her? She's become pissy. She's become pissy. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit. Because she has a message for the leaders of California. And I agree with her 110%. And I feel that it's not just the leaders of California that should be listening. It's the leaders of every state, county, municipality, township, city that should be listening. If you can't do what you promised to do before you were elected, if you would rather be touring the world and going to Africa on taxpayer money, then you need to get the hell out.
I'm pretty pissed, and I think a lot of people in Los Angeles are pissed. You know, if you are going to run a city or run a state, you have to take care of the basics, and that's make sure that your fire and your police department are well funded. Make sure that you have, not only you have plans if there are emergencies in your area, you have rehearsed them, but also you have plans to mitigate the problems that you know are going to happen in that area. And for us, it's fire, earthquake, rain, and consequent mudslides. And if you're not doing everything you can to take care of those problems if they arise, then get out. You are useless to us. All those other things, all the other programs like Head Start and all of that, that's great for the community, that's after. If you can't cover the basics, get out of our city. You are useless to us. You are a liability, and you have destroyed people's lives because you didn't do your job. You didn't do what you were hired for. You didn't do what we pay you for, and you should resign out of shame and responsibility for the people whose lives you've destroyed right now.
They won't resign at all. They don't have the dignity or the honor to do that. Why do you think that they don't do the basics? Do they just not do their job? Are they distracted with other things? Are they incompetent? What do you think it is?
I think when you're this incompetent, you don't understand you're incompetent.
Yeah, that's so good. It's true. Usually other people do things for you. You've gotten to this position, you fly to Africa, or you have your aviators on and you look good on camera, and you just can't execute, and you think this just always happens in California. Is this what people think? You know, fires happen, mudslides happen, it's always like this?
No, this isn't. Look, we had incredibly unusual winds. If you know that's coming, you make sure that you are prepared for what might occur. And they weren't. Yes, it was extraordinary circumstances. But here's what I really hope all voters do. Stop looking for the R and the D next to these names. Just stop it. You need to look at the person. Do you think this person can do the job? Because unfortunately in California, we have been looking at D's and we have voted in people who are not competent to handle these things. We're going to have the Olympics in here?
Yeah.
How?
Oh my God.
How are we going to have the Olympics in Los Angeles? And you know what? If people want something to pray for, here's what you pray for. Pray that we don't have an earthquake in Los Angeles while these two people, Newsom and Bass, are in charge. Pray that we don't have an earthquake, because they will not be able to handle that.
I mean, there's no evacuation plan. That is very clear. Is this fire and the inability to mitigate it or even put it out, is this going to change how people vote?
It might. I mean, like I said, look, if somebody's competent and they've shown their competence and they have a D next to their name, fine, vote for them. If they have an R next to their name, who cares? Like, vote for them. Vote for somebody you think can do this job. I mean, you checking whether or not there's an R and a D next to the name of the plumber you're going to hire or your housekeeper or somebody to fix your car? No. You're looking at their ratings. You're asking other people who have, had experience with them. Do they do a good job? Please do that with the politicians, please, or you see the results of it.
All right, well, we're counting down until the Olympics. It looks like that's 4 years away. Maybe it's not enough time. Maybe it is. Hopefully we can all get it together out there and put on a wonderful display of competition, because if we don't, that'll be a shame, because we deserve better. Justine, great to talk to you. I hope everybody
nice to see you
is getting all their things home safely and finding a place to sleep tonight.
Now, y'all know who Jamie Lee Curtis is. She's the scream queen of the Halloween movies, right? She even is upset about what's going on. I think she was one of the ones that lost her homes. And she's even saying that everybody should be prepared and have emergency kits and this, that, and the other. And she just donated, I think she donated a couple $1 million to one of the charities or something like that. I can't remember which charity. But yeah, she just donated a couple $1 million too. Yeah.
As you know, where I live is on fire right now. Literally, the entire city of the Pacific Palisades is burning. And, I flew here last night. I was on the plane, started getting texts, and it's gnarly, you guys. It's just a catastrophe in Southern California. Obviously, there have been horrific fires in many places. This is literally where I live. Everything. The market I shop in, the schools my kids go to, friends. Many friends now have lost their homes. So it's a really awful situation. I am, obviously going to go home first thing tomorrow and be with my family and try to help my friends. But it is, just so I can tell you, if you know anybody on the West Coast or not, the American Red Cross, support them. They will come in and help people. Do anything you can, anything in your community to help people. Whether you need it or not now, you will need it. Give blood, donate, whatever you can do, animal shelters. Yeah. And remember, since I'm on the middle of a very big television show, for anybody living anywhere, have an emergency kit in your house. I'm an American Red Cross ambassador. Have an emergency kit with prescription glasses, medicines, dog food, baby formula, all the things you need if you have to flee.
Now this is not for the faint at heart. Okay. You guys would probably remember him, all of you Gen Xers, from the movie Goonies. He played, what the hell was his name? Shoot, hang on. Anyway, he was one of the Fratelli brothers from Goonies. And he's on our side. So you might want to listen to him, okay? Especially when it comes to these fires. All right? All right, y'all, I'm out of here. I will see you guys in the next one, okay? I love you. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fearless. Ciao.
Dear fellow Americans, I have a message for Jimmy Kimmel, for Bill Maher, for all the elite left Hollywood woke, dug-in lefties that for decades have sold out the truth. They are like a bunch of sheep with their noses up each other's ass, following the next one, sniffing the ass and going right into the oblivion of what happened to California. I lived there for 46 years, my dear friends, 46 years. When I got there, there was a balance between the right and the left there. You had some very big, important celebrities that were conservative and many that were on the left, but they're balanced out in some way. Today, the bureaucrats have gotten in there, the Marxists. This Karen Bass supposedly had gone to Cuba many, many times, and she's a known Marxist. Wants communism, wants this, that, the other thing. I don't know if it's true, but how could Hollywood throw away Rick Caruso? Rick Caruso should have won. I left because Rick Caruso lost the election, number one, after 46 years being in Hollywood, and Jacqueline Avant was murdered in her home with a home invasion. Nicole Avant, daughter, married to the head of Netflix, Nicole Avant, first one to bring Obama to Hollywood, to give the shiver up the shift for Clooney and the rest of Hollywood that were for Obama and the left. They had their spokesperson. And God bless everybody, all right? But there's a certain point when you have to say and look at the truth. And while this tragedy, what happened, look at, I left 3 years ago. Luckily, there's so many celebrities that it becomes big attention. But in Florida, there were floods, there were homes ruined, people couldn't pay their insurance. Insurance is another big scam now. In Florida, in California, the insurance companies are fleeing those places, giving high rates, not even insuring some people. It's terrible what's happened to this country. It's gone down. And in 1990, Pete Wilson asked for a bill to create reservoirs to collect trillions of gallons of rainwater. And the left, the Newsoms of California, turned it down, among other things. And I've been to South Africa. They clean the bush so there's no big fires. They do controlled burns. They prepare. America has been sold into shit, and we give our money to other countries, and yet you people, sure, the elites they're not hit by it. The De Niros and the Kimmels and the rest of them and the Views, those monkeys on The View. Every single woman on that View is a monkey. And the monkeys in Hollywood. You've got the brain of a pea not to understand what's happened with the policies of the left, what it's done to this country. It's beyond me. And yet people go along and everyone's crying and everyone's sad about the destruction of what happened there in Pacific Palisades and Malibu, and they shouldn't, and Hollywood Hills and Altadena and the rest of it, and Eaton, and fires, and whenever there's a tragedy, but yet it could have been avoided. And you've got Karen Bass, mayor, Marxist, communist mayor, who's now coming out and talking and saying this and saying things that make people feel good, and they're all panicking over there on the left. You've got to bury the left in California to make it successful again, to bring it up again. Gavin Newsom should be thrown out of office. He should have been recalled when Larry Elder ran against him. And yet they slandered Larry. He would have been a better candidate for governor of California. And all you celebrities, you big celebrities, I'm not going to name you, you weak fucks. You know what's better. Talk it, speak it up. Even those quiet conservatives, speak up, because Hollywood has an effect on things. That's why when there's a disaster on the news, every news wants a celebrity to come and talk and bullshit about what happened, and I lost my house, and cry and see them say, oh, they're human and that's nice. No, there are people there that don't have insurance. The elderly that has no one to speak for them, no one to protect them. It's like elder abuse. There's elder abuse going on, and the union does it because Schiff and Schumer and Pelosi and the rest of the left go up to those unions and they rape and pillage the union. How can a head of a union get a $285,000 a year retirement when Tom Hanks would get $96,000. That's the cap. How does that happen? In a union. Screen Actors Guild, AFTRA, that got raped and pillaged. The actors got raped and pillaged. One thing after another, because the left is a mental disorder. Michael Savage has said it for years. David Horowitz has talked about it. And yet it won't break through. You've got those DEI woke fucking actresses and actors that just go about woke and follow. Shame on you. Shame on you all. You're all culpable in this. You're all part of the problem because you don't speak up, and you should rage. Rage against what happened here. You should know better. Fire after fire, warning after warning, and nothing is done. Nothing is done. Ask yourself why. Why the mismanagement? Dear fellow Americans, it's insane. It's insane. Hollywood, wake up. The leadership there, some of you guys, wake the fuck up, Rock. Wake the fuck up, will you? Stop selling your tequila. And Arnold, who I used to love, speak up. You guys are just protecting your little turf, your little square-by turf. Throw some money at a problem. No, throw your weight and tell the people the truth. Speak up, guys. You've got the platform. Mark Wahlberg. There's many guys that can speak up now. Don't take it. You're afraid to alienate. No. This election showed us. The American people are waking up because the media is being slandered. The media is fake. You see what the media's done. More and more it's going to change. And people are going to speak up. And the individual rights, the crime in LA, it's happened. I saw it incrementally. But yet you're a voice crying out in the wilderness because people are scared to speak up. Many of my friends are scared to speak up. Yeah, it's sad. I feel bad for the people that have no voice, that lost everything and have no insurance. The elites they'll rise up. But it's the mom and pop, the grandma and grandfather, the aunt and uncle who inherited a house or lived there. And that was their whole thing. Not a celeb that can make $1 million or $500,000 or $300,000 on a film or something, or an endorsement. Sad. It's very sad. We have to wake up in this country. All right? It's the working man and woman of this country that have put it together. And it's going to be them that save it. And that's who we work for. That's who we have to represent. And it's not the Marxist communists or the left. That's a shadow. It's a fake apparatus to pull people by the nose. Anyway, enough of my rant. I'm just so upset with this because it's been going on for decades. And people like Jimmy Kimmel, who's half Italian, doesn't understand. He just follows through. He's got his nose up that left ass and he sniffs it. And Bill Maher said that he had an interview with Patrick Bet-David. Huh? Great guy. And he said Newsom. Bill Maher wanted Newsom to run instead of Kamala Harris because Newsom is a winner. He's a winner. And Patrick Bet-David said, well, what has he done? He says, no, he's a winner. It doesn't matter. He's a winner. I want him to run because he can win. Newsom can win. But what has he done? He said, he can win. It didn't matter to him what he did. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? He should be shamed every time he opens his mouth, Newsom. But people, you know what? Enough. I said enough today. God bless all of you.